Very few people enjoy their jobs. You must have had a moment or several where you just couldn't stand your job. Long hours, pushing yourself to the limit, putting up with a terrible boss, and for what? Believe me when I say that we've all worked stressful jobs with long hours, low pay, and daily frustrations. However, the next time you think this job is the worst, or wonder why you have to stick with your 9 to 5, take a moment to consider this list of 8 jobs nobody wants that we've compiled to lift your spirits. Do you despise dealing with all the crap at your job? Do you ever want to be buried up to your elbow in animal feces? Well, we all know what the answer is. Being a fertilizer inspector is a rough and dirty job. As the name implies, the job entails wading and sifting through animal waste. The work of a fertilizer inspector is critical. They examine and report on their findings, the safety and quality of various animal feces. Manure inspectors and analysts are in charge of testing samples to ensure that they do not contain bacteria, fungus, or other medical issues. Because manures are natural fertilizers, farmers must know if their animals are infected. Manure analysis is carried out in specialized labs where tests are done to ensure that it is clean and of high quality. Some jobs are terrible, while others stink. So if you're having a bad day at work, have you thought about becoming a sewage cleaner? No, I don't think so. Nobody wants to deal with the dangerous and unsanitary job of unclogging stinking drainages. Let's face it, sewage workers are heroes because they put their lives in danger to ensure our days are waste-free and enjoyable. Many sewage workers, particularly those in India, have it rough. Sewage cleaning is one of the most dangerous and filthy jobs in India. According to reports, over 1,000 people get killed while cleaning sewers in India. Sewage cleaners are at high risk of contracting diseases, particularly skin conditions, respiratory problems, and gastrointestinal issues. Unfortunately, the pay hardly compensates for the risk. I'm assuming you're not surprised because it just has to be on the list. There's no fun in cleaning or tending the restrooms, and it's even worse if it's a portable plastic stink tank. Aside from the unpleasant odor that comes from the porta-pooper, there are technical aspects to the job that must be handled to avoid a disaster. Cleaners have the displeasure of working directly with other people's waste. They go as far as going inside the waste storage to clean it up using high-pressure vacuum tubes to suck the waste out of the container. Sometimes, when the waste clogs the tubes, they are left with no choice but to clean it by hand. Also, cleaners pick up the used toilet paper, spray it with a degreasing solution, hose and wash the toilets with scalding water, dry, and spray again before replacing the toilet paper and emptying the trash. Without a doubt, I'll opt for making YouTube videos over this. Crime scene cleaners are rarely advertised in any of the jobs related to crime scenes because unlike the other jobs, it does not require a thorough investigation. It has to be the most mentally taxing job of them all. Crime scene cleaners are the people who clean up the scene almost immediately after the police have finished their work. They clean up and restore areas where homicide, accidents, and suicides take place. They put on hazmat suits, respirators, and chemical spill boots. They clean up blood, urine, tear gas, and other potentially hazardous elements. Imagine the high amount of mental strength and endurance that is required to clean up rotten flesh from bodies or the loose remains of human bodies that were not discovered before severe decomposition set in. Did you know that collecting roadkill removal is a job that requires you to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Now you do. You have to know why. It is due to the fact that you never know when an animal will run into oncoming traffic. So whether it's 5 p.m. or 2 a.m., they have to go out there and get the job done. They frequently have to collect rotting, mutilated bodies of various creatures. Many of these creatures are not small. Every year, over 1.8 million deer are killed by motor vehicles, and they are not easy to pick up and carry away in the midst of heavy traffic. Roadkill removers have to deal with the overwhelming foul odor that dead carcasses emit. Also, the job entails them scraping off the remains from the ground. When operating on the road, they have to stay vigilant and cautious so as not to end up dead like the animals. Well, I know your 9 to 5 won't put you at this much risk. Imagine going to a job where all you have to do is take a whiff of different things like people's bodies, breath, packaged foods, scented candles, or perfumes, amongst many other things. Actually, this is a real, legitimate job where all you have to do is smell anything. However, what you actually smell is largely determined by the company at which you work. You could spend hours smelling people's underarms just to find out how effective a new deodorant is, or smell people's breath to know if a mouthwash is effective. Getting a whiff of the wrong thing, such as stinky feet or a poorly cooked meal, can make your stomach churn, but you have to wake up and do it every day. A fantastic job indeed. On a good day, you might just be lucky enough to be surrounded by nice, fragrant things. I'm sure working as a fast food employee isn't an appealing job. Imagine a job where all you do is sweat all day, deal with a lot of people who don't respect you, and come home smelling like grease after a long day of work while still being paid the lowest wage possible. You now understand what I mean when I say not enviable, while others manage to keep a smile on their face despite the grease and stress. The plight of fast food workers is to deal with grumpy, hungry customers while serving food that is known to be unhealthy and subpar. At the very least, everyone agrees that working in a fast food restaurant should not be considered a long-term career. Mosquitoes are annoying. I mean, they steal your blood and leave you with itchy, bumpy skin for days. But who in their right mind would willingly expose themselves to these insects? Yes, you guessed right, mosquito scientists. They make themselves available by putting their hand inside a mosquito habitat and allowing themselves to be captured for scientific purposes. Well, this is valid because millions of people are infected with illnesses or conditions caused by mosquito bites each year. And understanding how these creatures spread the disease is the first step in combating it. Now, thanks to them, solutions are possible. Still, allowing insects to have a go at you doesn't sound appealing. There you have it, guys. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you have not done that yet. Also, turn on the post notifications so you never have to miss a video. See you in the next one.